So we got a blindfold.
We got a blindfold.
So why would we shoot with a blindfold? Well,
The Last Minute Man, and we are back here today on Range 2. I'm with my good buddy, Mr. Obvious. And Mr. Obvious, what are we talking about today?
Oh, it's obviously we're going to be talking about 1911s today.
And this is something we haven't done. Actually, we did one video on the 1911. We were talking about the Double Star 1911 that's manufactured here in Kentucky. But I said, I am a 1911 fanatic. I do collect them. And I said, let's talk about my favorite 1911, and typically it's the one I'm carrying is my favorite. It's hard to pick a favorite. They're all just beautiful to me. But this was my first 1911, and my father bought me this back in 1999, and I have been carrying this for many years. It is the Kimber Custom II, and this does have an aluminum frame. I have put thousands of rounds through this pistol. Now over the years, and I'll show some close-ups of it, it's been greatly loved and adored by me. And I have changed the sights. There was actually a guy that claimed to be a gunsmith here locally many years ago, and I believed him until he put my sights on and he completely screwed them up. But I've learned to shoot with a crooked sight in the rear. The back strap and everything you can see is very well worn. Very well loved, this firearm. I've put 3 different recoil springs in it over the years because I've worn them out. This was stolen from me once. It was stolen out of my truck, and it took about 1.5 years, and I got a call. It ended up in Cincinnati, and I got my gun back, and so that was kind of cool. And this gun has been through the ringer, and it has just click, click, click. Never failed me. It is a wonderful, wonderful firearm.
Yeah, that is nice. I love a 1911. They feel good in your hand. They're like I say, they're not a long range gun, but within its range, it's wicked.
Oh, they are, yeah. Yeah.
I call them, again, wrecking ball guns. You got something like a bowling ball coming at you. Yeah, you're going down.
Yeah, velocity isn't really what makes these lethal. It is bullet weight. And
you knock a hole that big in something, it's done.
Yeah, and you got to realize these things were developed by John Moses Browning and actually developed as a war firearm. So when they're saying military-style firearms, this is a military-style firearm, and it holds a 7-round magazine. You can get 8-rounders, which I do carry, and they also make 10-rounders that I don't carry. I think they're silly. But I love this firearm.
Now, is that one a Series 70 or?
No. Kimber does make Series 70 firearms, and we can go into all that. I really don't want to go into a full detailed history of the 1911, but yeah, Series 70 would be no extra internal safety. You've got your external safety, okay? You've got your grip safety, and on a Series 80 firearm, which is something they developed later, it's actually got an internal block on it to keep you from firing the weapon.
Or it going off when if you dropped it or something, I guess.
Right. They did drop tests, I guess, and guys were really, guys, the safety that's in these is just fine, just a regular safety. This one does have Kimber's own design, and that's why they call it a Custom II. But yeah, basically in the grip safety, there's an extra mechanism that pushes up and hits the a plunger that's on the slide here. So that releases the firing pin. So it's unnecessary in my opinion, but I've never had an issue with this. I had a Kimber Warrior that was a Series 70. That was an outstanding firearm. Mr. Obvious has an older Kimber that is an outstanding firearm. That is a Series 70. But I've never had an issue with a Kimber. But let's get out here and shoot it and kind of see how she does. I'll talk a little bit about what I do and don't like, and we'll see how she performs.
I'll let you shoot yours, and I'll shoot mine. And what range are you shooting today?
Well, we're just going to shoot right there. 10 yards, and then we'll go out there to 50. And just for gets and shiggles and see what it does.
See what it does?
Yes, sir. All right. Stick with us.
All right, we're out here, and we're at about a 10-yard target. And what I'm going to do is I want your glasses.
All right.
Yeah. So here, take this.
All right. So we got a blindfold.
We got a blindfold.
So why would we shoot with a blindfold? Well, I just want to show something. What's so great, one of the things I love about a 1911, and I have not done this trick in years. I mean, guys, it's been probably 10 years since I've done this. But I'm going to blindfold myself. I square off to the target, and I'm going to draw, and I do the same mechanics that I always do when I shoot. I should be able to hit that even blindfolded. Okay, so I'm going to get squared off here. I'm putting the blindfold on.
All right.
You got your ears in?
I got my ears in.
This might be the dumbest thing you've ever seen on YouTube, but you saw it first here on Last Minute Man.
But do not attempt this at home. See what we can do here.
I feel like I'm squared off to the target here, and I'm just going to do my same mechanics and see if I can't hit it. All right, here we go.
Hit it.
We'll do it again. Okay, we ready?
Dead center.
All right. Took me a couple shots, but I got it. But that's just showing the ergonomics of this gun. One of the things I love about a 1911 is the fact that it just feels so natural in your hand. But let's get out here, and I'll shoot here at the 50, and we'll see if I even hit anything. All right, now I'm going to shoot at the 50, see if I even hit it. Let's go, Mr. Obvious.
All right.
All right.
A little low.
And I'm empty. But I was aiming low. These actually seem to be rising on me as I shoot.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I hit them a couple times at 50. You want to try your hand at it, Mr. Elvis?
Try my hand at it. I'll go down there and spray that target and clean it up. And I'm going to try for a group. I'll shoot a little slower than you and just see what a 45 actually do.
Let's check it out. What do you got her loaded up with there, Mr. Obvious?
Just factory loads. I got 3 Federal and 3 Remingtons.
Oh, all right.
We'll try it out here on the...
Let's see how much harder those hit than my hand loads.
All right.
Hit low. Good shooting up. You got 3.
Yeah, I think mine's consistently shooting a little low. I needed to probably hold higher too.
Change our point of aim.
It's a 45. I mean, it's going to drop.
I'll go
pulled Last Minute Man up to the 30-yard mark.
See if I do a little better at 30.
Yeah, well, you know, it's a little more consistent for a 45. They're not a long-range gun, so 50 yards.
Oh, you don't say.
So we'll see what it'll do.
The hell you say?
30 yards.
Man.
Hold it right in there tight. Take your time.
All right. Let's see how I do.
All right.
Here we go.
The hell out of
it.
And we are back with our after action report. And what do we have to report today, Mr. Obvious?
We're going to report a long range weapon out about 50 feet.
Yeah. Now my grandfather was in World War II, and he actually brought back a German Luger. Those of you that watch our channel have seen videos on that. But he did not like a 45 at all.
Oh, yeah.
He always said you could not hit the broadside of a barn inside the barn. And he said he just couldn't shoot it. And in fact, wouldn't own one. I love them. I mean, I really wish he'd have brought his back. You know, we got the Luger though, and that's pretty cool. But I love a 1911, and they're actually in the hands of somebody that, you know, really is a better shot than me. They can really stack them and make them look scary.
They shoot competitions with them things sometimes.
Oh yeah, and Kimber is a competition style weapon. Now my Springfields that I have 2 Springfields. They're both the GI models, and they're basically a replica of what they used in World War II. And it's the original GI that they used to produce, and it has the very, very low sights. You know, it's more just instinctive shooting when you're shooting those. But I shoot pretty darn good with them too. And I mean, we can bring you more videos on that. I can show you on just a regular GI model 1911. You can shoot very accurate. I mean, that's without a competition barrel or anything. And I love this little sucker.
It shoots good. It's very accurate.
Shoots really good. And I'm not going to say I'm a 1911 purist or anything. Obviously I'm not, or else every 1911 I owned would be a Colt. But because they're the only, everything else is kind of a 1911 clone, I guess you'd say. But Kimber makes an excellent firearm. I trust my life to it. I carry it quite a bit. Is you know, more modern firearms like a SIG or a Glock or something better for? I think it's better for most people to carry because they're less finicky. A 1911 does have its quirks. I've got tools and everything where I can change the tension on the extractor, or the extractor. You can change the angle of the ejector, main springs, and all that. You know, I've done all kinds of things. This is all factory. I have not reworked anything in this other than the recoil spring. And she's just been an excellent firearm. Love her to death. And just don't have enough nice things to say about it. One thing I will say, when it comes to 1911, and feel free to interject at any time, but when I see people have failures with them, it's typically a magazine issue. That's usually what it is, and you'll see the last like two shots in it will cause a malfunction because of a weak spring. I've had outstanding results with these Wilson Combat Mags, and I love these things. These Wilson Combat Mags are great. These or Chip McCormick mags. I have some Chip McCormick mags that I'm telling you I've had since I've owned this firearm, and they still shoot great. And so I don't know if they're cheaper these days. I've got so many magazines for this. I've got about 40, but I've just shot them over the years. It seems the factory mags tend to wear out pretty darn quick. The Colt mags I've had, and I've gotten some old World War II Colt mags that I just thought would be neat to have. They did not function out of this firearm. Now, I got a lot of failures to feed with it, and that's due to a weak spring, I'm sure. But these Wilson Combat Mags or Chip McCormick are very good mags. Very good.
So I have them for mine too.
So, is there anything you want to add, Mr. Obvious?
No, not really. I mean, they're great weapons. They're great weapons just go out and train with for anyone.
It's a great carry. I carry this a lot. I carry a 1911 a lot. When I'm in the deer woods and stuff, I carry my 44 mag. I typically have a 44 mag on me as of the last 5 years. But this was my go-to carry piece for many, many years. And it's been the carry piece of a lot of GIs and stuff over the years. It is a reliable firearm, despite what you'll hear some people say. But you do have to maintenance this. You do have to clean this. You do have to replace springs. This is not the type of firearm you're going to throw in the glove box of your car or in your sock drawer and let it set for, 15 years, then pull it out. It's not that kind of gun. A Glock is excellent for that. A Glock's an excellent carry piece. I'm not knocking a Glock at all, or any of the new modern. I love a Smith & Wesson M&P. I've had really good luck with those. But I really like a 1911. Just for me, something about the way they feel in your hand. As you can see, I can hit a target blindfolded. It's just the mechanics of it is it's natural for me. A lot of people say the safety. There's so much I could talk about here, but the safety, people say, well, that hinders you. Well, you train around it. I have trained with this since I was, dare I say 17 years old, and I've been using this gun, and the safety has no effect on me.
Now I do like the Springfield you have. I really love that. It's got the GI sights on it. I call it stuff. I mean, it's just got a little blade up here and a little thing back here, and that's it. And nothing in your way, nothing high up like some of these new ones. I don't like these high sights. I like the low profile out of the way, because that's a close quarter gun. You don't need all this high sight stuff in your way. It's good. It's all right. These is not too bad. They're not real high, but I've seen some.
And I will say I do like the GI as well, because I can actually rack the slide with it. Another thing, Kimber, excellent firearms. I don't think this is necessary, having a full-length guide rod. My firearms that I have with the GI style guide rod, and actually if you want to pull yours out,
I think
and show the folks.
Mine.
Yeah, I had you put a Wilson Combat bulletproof guide rod in there. I told him that's the first thing I do. But you can see now, there's really no reason to need the full-length guide rod, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, I can chamber this off the corner of a desk or something. You can actually rack the slide. Not having the GI style sights like you were talking about, you can't hook this onto clothing or something to rack that. So that's things. I mean, come on. What scenario or situation are you going to be in? I guess if you're in hell or something, it's good to have stuff like that.
Well, if you're in battle and you got shot in the arm and you can't use it,
right?
And
you can rack it off your belt.
You can rack it off your belt.
Right.
Or whatever.
There's all kinds of things, and and I used to train for that stuff, and I thought it was cool, and you never know what can happen.
Yeah.
But a 1911 is a very good firearm to carry. They are a little heavy, but they are not bulky at all. Very thin profile. I mean, let us know what you think in the comment section below. We can do a lot more videos on 1911s. I own a lot. And Mr. Obvious, I think, is going to try to catch up to me and buy some more. That's the only one you own currently.
Yeah.
He got rid of that gold cup. We didn't like that 80 trigger.
I didn't like that. I didn't like the back sights. It was like that wide and that tall.
Oh, yeah, it had adjustable rear sights.
It was more of a target gun, and that wasn't my thing.
But a 1911, sweet. It's customizable to whatever you want. Let us know in the comment section what you thought. Do you want a 1911? Do you carry a 1911, or do you think they're just an old fuddy weapon? Yeah. Let us know what you think. Everybody, remember, keep your knife sharp, keep your powder dry.
Carry a wrecking ball gun. Subscribe to Last Minute Man. Hit that bell button.